This is a book that I wrote originally for myself, right? As notes to myself. These are things that I need to do in my own life to achieve the success that I want. And I spent a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of hours researching, trying to get better, personal development, self-development. I hired a lot of coaches, a lot of mentors, attended a lot of workshops, retreats, spiritual retreats, because I was trying to work on myself. I was trying to get better because I realized when training that my psychology was holding me back. I would be fearful. I would be greedy. I would be hesitant. I would not be sure of myself. So I had to really work on myself. But then I realized that not everybody has that time or the money that I spend hiring all these coaches. I probably spend millions of dollars at this point, right? Even paying for charities to billionaires just to have lunch with them, donating to their charities. I did all that stuff. So this is the combination of everything that I learned. I put it in a book. Here's the 10 keys to success. Here's the 10 things you need to do in your own life to achieve the success that you want. Because you probably don't, and most people probably don't have the time to go through all the things that I went through to learn all of these things. And I distilled it down to just 10 things. And it's a very short read. If somebody picks up a book and starts reading it, 2 hours, probably going to be finished with the whole book. It's very short. And I made it very specifically short. Originally, when I wrote it, it was this thick of a book. And then I was like, well, if I write this thick of a book, it's going to be just like thousands of other books that people buy but never finish past the 10th page. They'll buy it, they'll keep it, but they'll never finish it. And I wanted them to finish it, so I chunked it down into this tiny little book that, and every chapter ends with, here's the 5 things you need to do before you move on to the next chapter. Because I don't want people just to say, oh, I read this book. Oh, I read tens of others of those books. I'm like, but why aren't you applying any of it? Right? So that's why every chapter ends with, you need to apply this first before you can move on. Because I don't want people to be information hoarders. I want them to actually execute on what they're learning.